Hello, I am Elizabeth of Lore, and I am reporting from my Lore portal, my portal for healing, restoration, and channeling to bring you a message about the Spring Equinox and the collective energies that we are all currently engaged in some capacity or another, and especially for those of us who are very sensitive to energies. We have been likely feeling a lot or most of the symptoms that I'm going to talk about. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what we've been feeling and what we are heading into as we go through this equinox seasonal portal. So we've really been in a place of transformation, and we've been sort of enclosed in a chrysalis in winter, an energetic chrysalis that has been very uncomfortable for many, but it is a space of transformation, transmutation, and growth, a lot of inner growth. And if you are in the New York, Brooklyn area, and you're seeing this before 7 p.m. on March 20th, I'm actually co-hosting a visionary writing workshop and sound bath journey at the Guyana Himalayan Salt Cave that is going to be delving into this exact topic through the medium of creative writing. So we're going to have a sound bath to help us get into a channeling state, and then we're going to have a visionary or channeled writing workshop on this topic. You're welcome to join. Anyway, for everyone, we have been dealing with a collective energy where a lot of people have been feeling very stuck. A lot of people have been feeling very stagnant. A lot of people have been feeling what some might describe as lazy or lethargic. A lot of low energy in terms of feeling able to do things. A lot have been feeling like they're having to kind of struggle upstream to make things happen. And what's interesting is that during this winter period, that energy has been very stop and start. So there may have been moments where you felt very energetic, very active, very able to make things happen, to manifest, to create change in your life, and then suddenly it gets stuck again. And that's been going on with the collective for a lot of people. So essentially, you have been in a space, we have been in a space where we have been honing our energetic ability to step into the version of life that we most want to experience. A lot of us have been doing healing work for a long time. Some may have been starting on this journey more recently, and some may have been on it for years. However, there comes a point in any healing or spiritual journey where you need to integrate everything that you've learned. And in that time, we get put into this sort of energetic chrysalis, or this energetic holding pattern. And this will come up again. I'm sure it's come up before for you, for the collective, definitely. And this is essentially a moment of integration where your energy is taking sort of a rest so that you're able to bring in what you have channeled in from higher realms into the 3D. And that is why things may have felt a little bit stagnant or stop and go. It's why you may have been feeling very tired because your body needed to rest in order to bring in this very intense energy. And because we are incarnated on earth in human vessels right now, human bodies, we are tied to the earth and to where we live. So for those of us in the Western Hemisphere, we have been in winter. And that is very much what winter is for this region, for this planet. It's a space where things don't die, but they may have the appearance of dying, and where things slow down and go into a state of hibernation. And so, especially for those of us who are very attuned energetically to ourselves and our environment, we have been in the rhythm of the earth, of the part of the earth that we live in. So we have been experiencing that. And now we are entering spring, where we begin to reawaken, where the plants begin to reawaken, where we have longer days, longer periods of sunlight, where we start to feel refreshed, where the earth starts to look refreshed, and we are able to come out of that period of hibernation and use the energy that we have collected and honed and that has crystallized within us and bloom it out. So that is the energy we are stepping into. It's an energy of blooming. And we're also going into Aries season, which is the astrological new year. So some people in the collective, I know I myself have felt this, and others in the collective as well, may have felt like when the calendar year turned to 2024, it didn't really feel like a new year yet. Now is when we're stepping into that new year energy. Of course, this is all symbolic, but as people embodied in human vessels with human minds, symbolism is very important to us. We are a storytelling species. So stories and symbolism and narratives are codes that we use to navigate this dimension. So I pulled some tarot cards. I'm a tarot reader. I've been reading tarot for 20 years. And I will say that this is a very general collective message. I don't do collective specific readings. If you want a specific reading, I can do an individual reading for you. You can follow me on Instagram and send me a message and we can set that up. I personally, this is my personal opinion, so don't take offense to this if you think or do differently, but I personally believe that collective general readings that go into highly specific detail can be confusing and somewhat toxic because people will latch onto the thing that they want and it may not actually be what's coming in for them. So this is very, very general and for the collective energy, okay? So it was meant to be a 3-card pull initially, but then I pulled some clarifiers, so it's a few more cards. I used the Cosmovision deck, which is a tarot deck, but the cards are a little bit different than a traditional Rider-Waite deck. So the first one I pulled out was the Geomancer. And this is really talking about bringing in abundance, about bringing in personal abundance. But what's very interesting, if you look at the image in the card, she has so much abundance that she is able to rain it out into the world. So this is not just you being wealthy and successful, it's you also sharing your frequency and your vibration and your material success with the world, because you're going to be in such an abundant space that you're going to feel able and capable of doing that. And it's something that's going to happen naturally. It's not even something that you're going to have to try to do. You're just naturally going to uplift those around you. That's the energy we're stepping into collectively. So a lot of people have been feeling very poor lately. That's another thing that's been happening in this collective energy. Been having a lot of anxieties about money, whether it's that you truly don't have a lot of money or you have a little bit of money saved, but you don't really know exactly where it's going to be coming in. That is shifting. So that anxiety is starting to fade away and we're beginning to reawaken to our intuitive. You see, she's got this big eye. She's very intuitive and is crowned to that intuitive empress or emperor knowledge that we create our abundance, that we are abundance, that we are connected to everything and all, and therefore always abundant. So we are stepping into that energy, away from the energy of feeling poor, away from the energy of feeling like we need to hoard our resources, away from the energy of feeling like we don't know what's coming next, and into a place of trust that is going to be showing itself to us in our both our internal and external reality. It's also a time of great play. So that's one of the great things about spring. It starts to warm up and people feel like going outside again, being in the sun and connecting with others and playing. So this is a time of great play and you're going to be feeling the energy of abundance and resourcefulness enough to feel safe to play, to feel safe to explore yourself, to explore what brings you joy, what brings you happiness, to try new things, to fail and try again, to succeed and keep going. all of it is going to feel like a success to you because you're going to be having so much fun that even if something doesn't pan out in a material sense, you're going to have enjoyed it so much that you'll recognize that it was a success. This was one of the cards that I pulled a clarifier on. These are the clarifiers. So during this period that we are coming out of, this kind of period of hibernation, of low energy, and of confusion, there may have been several things that ended, whether that was internal or external. It could have been relationships with others. It could have been a job. It could have been just within yourself, something that you no longer felt attuned to within yourself, and you were feeling very confused. Now we are stepping into a place where those endings are being resolved. However, the message I'm receiving is that for the more intense of those endings, we may not see or understand how that resolution is coming about, or even that it's coming about. So there may be some kind of ending or multiple endings that happened that are energetically being resolved right now, but you're not necessarily going to see it. You may feel it intuitively, but I'm getting a message that for some of us in the collective, we're not even going to have that. So it's a matter of just understanding that that resolution is happening, that whatever happened, it was a part of your life path. It was divine. It was meant to happen. And it's a time to lay that to rest and go into the space of abundance and play, because whatever that ending was, it is being resolved. It is cooling off. You may not feel or see that right away. And then this was just a little bit more confirmation on that message, which is just that you are in touch with your higher self. You are divinely guided. So whatever has happened that felt painful, that felt difficult, that felt like a rough ending, that felt like a sudden ending, that felt like a death internally, was something that was meant to happen. It was something that was agreed upon by your spirit and whatever other spirits were involved. And it's something that you are being given permission to release and lay to rest. So this really is a place where we are going to be going through a grieving process. However, it is a grieving process that is coming to a resolution. Whatever may have peaked recently in terms of grief is now going down, and you will start to feel relief, and you will start to move into the energy of honoring your own abundance, your own wealth, your own vibration, and your own ability to contribute to the collective in a positive way. So go out, have fun, play this spring, enjoy this portal, and bring in your abundance. It's coming.